All right, so today we're reading from Heads Up English, Myths About Sleep. Before we start, let's talk a little about the word myths. What does this word myth actually mean? What is a myth?
It's something that exists only in your imagination, because we have the same word in French.
So a myth is something that is not true. Something that is not true is a myth. Okay, good. So when we hear myths about sleep, what do you think this might be about? This article might be about when it talks about myths about sleep. In a sentence or two, what do you think we're going to find out?
But I suppose we'll talk perhaps about dreams.
Possibly.
When you sleep, sometimes, not most of the times, you dream every night, and some people think that what you have dreamed could be real, but it's not true, in my opinion.
All right.
Yes.
We will find out. And what is this word?
Rational.
Rationale.
Something is rational is something that is true. It's conform to the truth, conform to the real life.
Somewhat, but let's be a little more specific, and we're going to say for now that it means national. It's going to be the reason for doing something.
Okay.
Okay, that's going to be our rationale.
Okay.
And this word propensity.
Propensity is the habits to make or to think of something. If you have the propensity to think something, it means that you have the usual habit to think about something.
Usual or a tendency.
Tendency.
Okay, so that's what we're going to say for that. And then debunk.
The numerous separate studies have debunked a number of myths. Debunk, perhaps it means have at the beginning, I think that it's the I can't do this.
Okay, it means to disprove. To disprove something.
Okay.
Okay. And we have now the word optimal.
Optimal, which is the best top, at the top of an idea, at the top of.
Absolutely. The optimal is the top, the best. Impair.
Impair. Too little sleep can greatly impair. Disturb.
Very good. To disturb. Something that is broken.
For sleep deprived individuals.
And deprived.
To impinge, to take off. Take off.
To remove, to keep, to take away.
Take away.
Consistency.
Consistency. A constant, a usual, a steady effort.
Fantastic. And irregular?
Not not regular,
Not the routine.
not the routine. Yes.
Detrimental?
Not good for you.
Not good for you. Damaging?
Damaging.
And the word root?
The root are for plants. The roots are in the heart.
Okay, and in this case, it's not necessarily a plant, but it is the root as the beginning of something.
Okay.
The root, the beginning or start of something. Okay, so there we have our words for the article. Do you have any questions about any of these vocabulary words before we start to read today?
No, it's good.
All right, let's clear the markings. And could you read for me myths about sleep?
Myth about sleep. Nearly 70 countries around the world follow daylight saving times.
Okay, this is time without the S, just time.
Time. Follow daylight saving time. When clocks get adjusted for longer or shorter daylight hours.
Okay, this is going to be adjusted with the past tense. It's past tense. Adjusted.
Adjusted. In the spring, clocks get moved forward an hour or more. In the fall, the opposite occurs. Environmental and economic benefits often get cited as the rationale behind the system, as more daylight means less energy consumption, and improved sales for retailers.
Okay, now that we got one vocabulary word, can you tell me what paragraph 1 is about using time, adjusted, and rationale? What is this paragraph about?
Yes, at the beginning of the paragraph, I couldn't understand. But at the end, it seems that the sellers can remark that when the daylight will grow, for example, in spring, in summer, more sellers, more customers are inclined to sell a lot of things. It's better for the sales when the daylight are long.
Okay, so the article tells us that daylight savings time, which is what we're on now, I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and we moved our clocks forward 1 hour several months ago. So say like daylight saving time is an adjustment of clocks, okay? And the rationale is to save energy. Okay, that's what paragraph 1 is about. Daylight savings time is an adjustment of clocks. The rationale is to save energy. All right, let's go on to paragraph 2.
But did you know that new research points to health benefits as well? Just an extra hour of sleep decreases the propensity to suffer from a heart attack in the days immediately following the fall time change. Of course.
The fall time change.
The fall time change. Of course, in the spring, the number of heart attacks increase with the loss of sleep.
Okay.
In fact,
okay, now, oh, I'm sorry, continue. In fact,
Numerous separate studies have debunked a number of myths about sleep.
Okay, so here we have the words propensity and debunked and fall. Can you tell me what paragraph 2 is about using propensity, debunked, and fall?
In the second paragraph, the researchers say that the propensity to suffer from a heart attack is greater in the when the daylights are falling in autumn, for example. In fact, the studies have I couldn't remember debunk.
Okay, debunk means to disprove.
Okay, numerous separate studies have disproved a number of myths about sleep. If you sleep a lot, if you sleep more than usual, it's better for your health.
Okay, so in paragraph 2, the propensity is the tendency, of course, it means what usually takes place. People have the propensity to suffer from a heart attack in the fall season. This fall is talking about the fall season. Okay, so people have a propensity to suffer during the fall season. Has been debunked as a reason related to the time change. That's pretty much what I got from reading that paragraph.
Okay. Could you repeat debunk? Debunk is?
Debunk means to disprove, to determine that something is not true.
Okay. Okay.
All right, let's go on to our next. Oops, I want to erase that. All right, let's go on to paragraph 3.
For example, 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night is now considered optimal for everyone. Some people may function on less sleep, but at a severe price. Too little sleep can greatly impair your judgment, work performance, the health of your heart, and your immune system. What's more, in terms of reaction time and the number of accidents, there's not much difference between driving drunk and driving on 6 hours or less of sleep. And for sleep-deprived individuals who attempt to catch up over the weekend, this pattern causes more harm than good. The body needs consistency, and irregular sleep patterns can cause stress. Oh, I understand this paragraph.
Okay, what is this paragraph? Well, read the next paragraph as well.
Strangely enough, too much sleep can be just as detrimental. Scientists haven't determined if too much sleep is the root of the symptom.
And I don't know if you can read the last line. So it says, what message can you take away from this article? Don't just accept the time change this fall.
Okay. I can see your screen. I can see your screen.
Okay. You can or you cannot.
No, I can just say, strangely enough, too much sleep can just as different.
Okay, if I move it, then I just read the last sentence, because if I read it, I'll have to erase everything. So that's okay. Let's talk about this paragraph. Explain what this paragraph means using optimal, impair, deprived, consistency, and irregular, detrimental, and root. What is this paragraph about using those words?
Uh, when you sleep, you need to sleep a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
The optimal time for everyone is nearly 8 or 7 years by night.
Hours.
8
Hours.
hours.
Uh-huh.
For many people, if you don't sleep enough, you could impair your judgment, your health, your performance.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and what's more, if you deprive individuals who need to sleep 7 or 8 hours a night, it's like if you if you if you the body needs consistency hour of sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have this consistency enough sleep. If you have an irregular sleep, you can be deprived of your judgment, work performance,
Very good.
and it's detrimental for your health because sleeping is the root of a good health.
Okay. All right. So in paragraph 3, what we have with my thinking of the summarization is that, okay, 8 hours of sleep is optimal to avoid impairing an ability to perform well, consistently. Okay? And poor sleeping habits can be detrimental to your health. Okay, I may not have used all of them. So now what we have as a summary of this entire article is that daylight saving time is an adjustment of clocks. The rationale is to save energy. People have a propensity to suffer during the fall season has been debunked as a reason related to the time. 8 hours of sleep is optimal to avoid impairing an ability to perform well consistently. Poor sleeping habits can be detrimental to your health. Okay. All right, so can you summarize all paragraphs now for me? Can you summarize all of the paragraphs?
I try.
Okay.
Sleeping well is a very important part of a good life.
Mm-hmm.
If you can sleep 8 hours or more every night, surely you'll be able to improve your health and to 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 have an optimal energy to run your life,
Mm-hmm.
or have also the ability to drive well and not as a drunk who drive, because the scientists said that you can compare someone who can sleep enough when he drives, that's with someone who has drunk too much alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important to sleep, uh, but be careful to the change of the season. In the fall or in the winter, normally the daylight is less important than in summer or in spring. And some scientists said that the daylight is a mean to charge of energy your body, and the accidents of heart attack are more important in the autumn or in the winter than in the summer or the spring,
Mm-hmm.
because of the time of the daylight.
Okay. Okay. And that's pretty good to encourage you to just speak and think, but more just continue to speak as you were talking about the summarization of the article. All right, I'm going to stop the recording now.